we have a Bible college going on upstairs. That's why medyo hinihingal pa. When I learned that our theme for this year ba or tama? Do you do two recitals a year? Ayun. So this school time recital called to a higher purpose. Immediately, what came to my mind was Johann Sebastian Bach. And I'm sure that Miss Pauline and of course Teacher Sarah know Johann Sebastian Bach, and maybe we may not be aware, we may not be conscious, but most probably we have heard, all of us have heard his famous compositions. Now, bakit siya? Bakit siya ang naalala ko sa tema na ito, call to a higher purpose? Well, una, kasi meron siyang ganitong sinabi. One time he said, music's only purpose should be the glory of God and the recreation of the human spirit. Malinaw na malinaw sa heart, malinaw na malinaw sa isip ni Johann Sebastian Bach, the famous composer, na ultimately, the main purpose, the main reason for music is the glory of God. And then the refreshment, the enjoyment of men. Maraming beses natin napapatunayan yan, how proudful we are and how happy we are to present our kids to our guests and to our friends. Mag-play ka naman anak nga dyan ng isang mahusay-husay. Kahit na yung tinugtog niya, pen-pen di sarapen lang, para sa'yo, it's a masterpiece. Pagka tinutugtog niya na yon, bravo, Pablo, bravo anak, salamat sa ako ay may lobo. Lumipad sa langit. It really doesn't matter. It brings us joy, but more than that, it calms our hearts. It calms, music calms our souls. Hindi ba? Ilang beses na when you feel stressed and when you feel weary, na you are prompt to turn on your radio just to listen to a soothing music, hindi ba? Kaya mapakahalaga ng music sa buhay ng bawat isa sa atin. But again, let me remind you, let Johann Sebastian Bach remind all of us, music's only purpose should be the glory of God. He was so convinced of this that every time he would write or he would compose a music, he would write down at the beginning of his on top of his how do you call that, composition note. On top of that, he would quote, he would write the initials JJ, which is to be translated Yesu Yoba, or Jesus help me. Bago siya magsulat ng awit, and you must use that and do that as a practice. Kayo, mamaya, JJ. Bago ka tumugtog, JJ. Hindi justo. Hindi husto. Kundi, Yesu Yuba. The Latin word for Jesus help me. If this is to be composed for your glory, help me. If this would magnify your name, help me. The understanding that skills and knowledge and abilities come from God. You must equip me, dear Lord. And students, you must also do that as a practice. You say, help me, dear God. I do not have my own innate ability and talent. All talents come from you. All abilities come from you. Yes, I need to practice, and Johann Sebastian Bach understand that and know that. In fact, when somebody asks him kung ano ang pwedeng gagawin, ano ang sekreto niya, sabi niya, there is nothing very wonderful about what I'm doing. Sabi niya, you have only to hit the right notes and the right moment, and the instrument does the rest. It shows his humility, but at the same time, it reminds us that there is a right note and that there is a right moment, a right timing, sana, di ba? Ano, tama na the rest is up to the instrument itself, but you must work the instrument. There must be the right timing. Can you imagine kung kumakanta tayo, halimbawa, ng ating lupang hinirang at kinakanta mo yun in such a way na mali ang timing, baka hindi maging lupang hinirang ang tunog natin dyan. Baka yun yung apple, pineapple, apple. Baka yun yung maging tunog ng tunog. Amen. So right timing is very important. Also, at one time he also said, I was obliged to be industrious. Whoever is equally industrious will succeed equally well. Let me challenge you, students. Ano sabi ni Johann Sebastian Bach? The reason why I am to your side a good composer, because he would not accept praises. Ayaw niya. Again, because he understood. Wala namang kakaiba sa akin. Everything again comes from God. But then, yung kanyang pagpapayo, kung gusto niyo maging kagaya ko, you must be equally industrious. You must be equally hard-working. Hindi po pwede na kapag nabinigyan ka ng piece ng teacher mo, ay iiwanan mo yun at mag-aaral siya sa sarili niya while you are playing the computer. I mean, it does not work that way. And parents, let me encourage you. Maiisip natin, ano pa naman nasa tinuturuan ko maliban sa talaga lang gusto kong mag-ubus ng pera. Maliban doon, it trains them. It trains them discipline. Imagine mo, pwede mong may gagawin kang iba, but you have to set aside those more compelling and more enjoyable things because I have to practice. That's discipline. Amen? May tinuturo sa kanila yun. May malaking ginagawa sa kanila yun. They may bring up to their adult years. Kahit na sa pagtanda nila, nando pa rin yung discipline. This may be enjoyable. I may like this better than doing that, but that is more important. Discipline. So the encouragement of Johann Sebastian Bach, whoever is equally industrious will succeed equally well. Now, of course, that is not 100% accurate. We don't expect our children, all of our children, to become the Johann Sebastian Bach of the Philippines. Because along with it, with the industriousness, is the talent, syempre, the God-given skill. Ilan sa inyo masipag mag-karaoke at mag-videoke, pero kahit kailan, hindi mo talaga, hindi ka pwedeng maging Regine. Amen? Every time, ano ba ang sa example ng kanta ni Regine? Do you know any? Dadaling kita sa aking palasyo, pero nung kinanta mo na, tulog. Hindi. Sino yung sikat na grupo? Gulong ng buhay. Hindi makalangit, hindi angelic yung boses natin. Parang, dadaling kita. Well, maybe that's not for you. Just say, but the principle remains applicable. Kung mag-aaral ka mabuti, magpa-practice ka mabuti, sabi ni Johann Sebastian Bach, to you, sabi niya, you could be equally good. By God's help, by God's enablement. Finally, sa bawat, every time, Johann Sebastian Bach would finish a composition, he would write down on the end part of his composition note the initials. SDG. Very, very familiar to all of us. Soli Deo Gloria, or to the glory of God alone. Just to remind himself. I was praying earlier. Jesu, Yuva. Jesus help me. The Lord answered my prayer. Now it's time to bring the glory back to Him. You would be playing. Some of you, most of you, would play well. When that happens, you receive the applause. Sige lang, okay lang, enjoy them. But at the same time, deep within you, sabihin mo rin, Soli Deo Gloria. To God alone be the glory. Because indeed, He deserves it. Sa Kanya nang galing ang lahat. You students and parents, your students are they are blessed because they are under a teacher who loves the Lord, who knows the Lord. I have seen it. I would not allow it if I would not see Christ-likeness and love for God and love for your children. And that's what she has. Teacher Sarah. She would pray with them. She would counsel them. She would encourage them. Walang stick, syagang. Nagkamali ka, syagang. Walang ganon. A loving, able teacher. To God be the glory in the life, even of Teacher Sarah. God bless you, and welcome to our recital.